How would I describe Tom Cowan? I would describe my grandfather as the perfect gentleman, somebody to be trusted, relied upon, extremely hard worker, somebody who cared deeply about his community, his family. He unfortunately lost his father at a fairly early age, around 8 years old, and that required that he kind of step up. As I understand it, he had a small wagon and a donkey that pulled it around. He started making deliveries at the age of 8, kind of helping around the household to ease the burden on his mother, who was obviously raising him. So he was essentially earning a living as a child, and I really think that this instilled in him a sense of entrepreneurship, and so I think that was hugely formative for him. As so many other young Canadians did, he courageously entered the armed forces early as a teenager, I believe somewhere in the realm of 15 or 16 years old. So he went into the Navy and was a gunner. It takes a special brand of person to do that, I think, and somebody who obviously cares deeply about the country that they're fighting for and the people within it, and on a more micro level, the communities within that country. After he got out of the war, he had gone to the Sands in Windsor, which, as I understand, was a recovery unit for TB. And Vivian Cowan, his wife, he met her bedside, as I understand it, at that facility, and she eventually moved from Windsor to Bowmanville to be with him. And so he began an equipment store and an appliance store, selling fridges, stoves, and farm equipment, and that lasted, I believe, a couple decades until he opened the car dealership in 1969. Tom's involvement in the Bowmanville Memorial Hospital Foundation, I think it can be drilled down to how much he cared, and his work ethic, which was second to none. Anybody who knew him, worked with him, could tell you that. And I think that it was those character traits that really helped maybe, push to get fundraising dollars, or maybe to get initiatives even off the ground. And he's just a driver. He was going to get the most out of people. People wanted to perform for him. Once again, that goes back to the respect that I think that he got, and also the respect that he gave to individuals. And I think, he was a very easy person to work for, and somebody that you could get behind. And I just know that everybody that was involved with the Memorial Hospital Foundation at that time would have given anything that he had asked of them, and he would have done the same. It wasn't just healthcare; it was education. He was hugely formative with St. Joseph's French Immersion Catholic School here in Bowmanville. Hugely involved with youth sports. He loved sports, and he always viewed it as an investment in the next generation. And he was just a pillar of the community, is the truest way to describe him, I believe. I think I'm most proud of my grandfather for just having been the person who he was. It has nothing to do with this dealership that's been here for 50 years that has his name out front, or having been involved with the hospital. These weren't him. Just even walking down the street with him, or going to church with him, or I just knew that you could carry yourself proudly just being with him. He just oozed a confidence and class about himself, and you knew you could be proud anywhere you went with him. And if I could ever amount to be half the man that he was, I would know that I had lived a pretty good life.